Now I kind of rushed through the end there with this file, but you'll notice that we do have a selection based upon the hair, and we pretty much have to do the same thing as all the others. We'd have to go back to our channels and maybe redefine this mask and fix things if we can. Make sure that we've filled in all the areas that need to be completely opaque, and we could possibly, spend a little bit more time refining this. If we have a sharper edge, you'll see that we can define that a little bit better. It'll just take a while to get that nice and clean. And there probably are better ways than drawing this the way I'm doing it from really far off. Probably have to get in pretty close to get this thing nice and smooth. But we'd have to spend a little bit more time with that for sure. Turn off the mask and let's see the end result. And then of course, last thing, go back to our refined mask if we want to be able to fix it just a little bit. We can try and decontaminate the colors, which will remove some of that fringing. You'll see that seems to work a little bit better. Used to have like a white fringe. That tends to work pretty well. We could smooth it just a little bit, feather it just a tiny bit maybe, and even shift the edge in just a tiny bit. And we've made a pretty nice selection of that hair, and we could now composite this on something else. So when you're done, go ahead and save your work. If you saved it before, you can open it and change it a little bit. And the last one I wanted to point out is, let's take a look at this fireworks channel. Here's where things are a little bit harder. If we look at our channels, you'll see that there's not any channel that is perfect except for the red, but there's a lot of gradation of grays in there. So that does make using channels sometimes pretty difficult, and you want to watch out about that, because there's no channel that really gives me a really good starting point for the gradient. Now, this red channel is probably going to be closest of all. So if I create a mask channel and paste that in, what I might be able to do is go back to levels and change that channel just a little bit if I can, until I can get a little bit better selection. And now I should be able to get the selection that I want. Of course, that channel is not a quick mask for what I want. I just made an alpha. So I'm going to select that, copy, go to that layer, do a quick mask, go back to channels, and paste it where it should be. Whoops. Need to have that thing selected. Paste. There we go. Then I can delete that mask. Now it says layer 0 mask, and we are actually getting the masking that we need. So that's what shows that this is a little bit harder to work with channels than some of the other things. And this is not a file that you need to make a selection on unless you want to, but it's a little bit more challenging because of that. And of course we do the same thing where we create a new layer, put it underneath, give it some sort of background color, and you'll see the end results, and then we could redefine that mask just a little bit if needed. Go ahead and save it for your work if you've done it.